welcome back to Prep Peeves. My name is Anna Schreckengast, and this is a show about stuff that ticks me off. Let's get started. The uncomfortable bleachers in the gym. People who play music out loud on their phones. Like, really, just use headphones. The sun's way too bright everywhere.
Oh my gosh. It's so bright.
The long print line before Mass on Thursdays. Whack.
Who's printing the entire chapter 12 of their biology textbook?
We only have 2 minutes to get to class.
Allergies.
Achoo!
Are you okay?
Allergies.
Teachers who insist on having you stay until the bell rings for Mass, even though Mass is already out? Like, what's the point of keeping us there?
Oh, is Mass over?
Yeah.
But you can't leave until the bell rings.
Thanks for watching Prep Peeves. Don't forget to tune in next time for another great episode. And don't forget to keep emailing me the stuff that ticks you off at anna.schrecken@gprep.com. Thanks, guys.
Hi, this is Chase Proctor, and you're watching the best places on campus to eat lunch. Now, you can always just eat in the lunchroom, but on a day like today, when the sun's shining and the weather's nice, you gotta go outside and try some new locations. Location number 1 is out here on the mezzanine. And while you have to be a senior to eat out here, I've heard that you can, however, make it in if you have connections. And now we come to my favorite way to eat lunch, in a hammock. Hammocks are the ultimate lunch option, providing you comfort, security, and a great place to relax. Doing the natural. What? Come here. Oh, hold on. On a bright day like today, the quad is an excellent option for lunch. With sports and activities going on, there's always something to see. If you don't feel like eating outside, there are plenty of teachers who have lunch in their classroom every day. For some examples, Manikowski, Barfield, Mr. Carroll. There's lots of places you can eat if you don't feel like eating outside or in the lunchroom. Now, if you ever get a bright, sunshiny day where things settle down in the quad, these benches under this tree are a perfect setting for lunch. If you bring some friends down here and sit and chat under this nice shade, it's something really great. Thank you for watching today's episode where we talked about G-Prep's best lunch cribs. Hope you have a great day.
Hi, my name is Shani Redmond. I'm the new Gonzaga Prep Resource Officer. So I'm here to talk about some parking lot safety and pickup, drop-off, and parking. So what I would, some that I've recommended is, for one, you have to, if you have an assigned spot, park in your assigned spot, unless there's some emergency where it's full of snow or some issue, because then it's just kind of like just a chain reaction, and other people's spots are taken, so it just makes it complicated. Keep the visitor spots open for visitors and parents and people coming to do guest speakers, things like that, new students, things like that are coming to the school, so we want to leave those open. And the parking lot, you need to drive safely, use the exits and the entrances for what they're used for. Don't go out the entrance. And then just remember, whenever you leave or come from a parking lot or like a driveway, you have to come to a complete stop before you go into the roadway, and don't turn out in front of vehicles, which happens quite often. The only other issue we have is the pickup drop-off. We have 2 pickup drop-off areas. One's in front of the school where there's a cutout for it, and there's one down on Euclid by the Kobe lot, and that's where you need to be picked up and dropped off. Not at the corner of Euclid and Morton, where there's no room for people to get around you when you stop and park and wait and get picked up, or on the side by Hurley Hall in the chapel, because it's just too narrow for cars to pull out. So I would just wait, have to wait until your turn, pull up into the loading zone, get out of your car quickly, do your goodbyes before you get there, be ready to get out, and leave as soon as possible so another car can pull up and get in there so we can get people moved through quickly.
Hey guys, it's Andrea and I'm back to give you book review number 4. Before I start, I just want to mention that all the books I'm going to be reading are in the school library, so you don't have to worry about getting a public library card or buying the books. So this time I decided to do a reread this week. And this time I decided to read the book Legend by Mary Lou. In the book Legend, it is based around 2 characters, Day and a character named June. Both of these characters are both 16-year-olds, but they have completely separate lives, somehow become in contact. In this book, it is in a futuristic America which has been divided into 2 countries because of difference of opinions, and they are at war with each other. The first line of the book is in Day's point of view, and he says that his mother thinks he is dead. Day's character is a character not known by the government because they think he is actually dead, but he survived. Day is constantly on the run from the government because he is doing things to mess with what they are doing against the war because he doesn't understand fully what is going on. Though he is trying to collect money and resources because his younger brother, which also doesn't know he is alive, is sick, and he's giving this stuff to his older brother, which is the only person who knows he is alive. June, on the other hand, comes from a very rich family, though her parents are dead, and she lives with her older brother, Matthias. Matthias works for the government, and June is working to become a government employee too. June is 2 years ahead of her class and is about to graduate one of the best military schools in her country. June is also known as the only person to ever get the perfect score on this specific exam that involves your athletic abilities and your mental abilities. Now, how these 2 characters meet is one night, Day is figuring out that his brother's condition has gotten a lot worse, so he decides that he is going to go and steal one of the cures for his brother from a government hospital, or at least something to help his brother. And he takes a doctor under hostage just to find out that there's no cure, and he is trying to get out of this hospital. Now, June's brother had left her at home after she had gotten in trouble at school and then went to the hospital knowing there was some kind of problem going on. When he had gotten there, Day was trying to escape, and Day had thrown a knife at Matthias and had gotten away via sewer lines. June was at home when another soldier had come to her door and told her that she needed to come to the scene where Matthias is gone, and then she found out that Matthias is dead. At the scene, she's told that this person, Day, has killed her brother. At this point, Day doesn't know Matthias is dead, and June is looking for vengeance. Matthias's original boss really wanted June on her team, so she hired June to track down Day, and June also had the motivation because she wanted to avenge her brother. So that was a brief synopsis of the very beginning of the story. I gotta say, I really like how this book is written. If you actually open a copy of the book, the color and the print of each character, which is only Day and June, are different colors and different fonts. It does take some getting used to on Day's font and color because it is very different from the usual. I would say that I do like Day more because his reasonings for doing the things he has is for love of his family and love for his friends and love for making the world a better place. Okay, well that's all I had for you guys today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Spencer and Noah, my cousin, have been into cars for a long time, and like when I moved up here to Spokane from Arizona, they like started showing me all sorts of cool stuff, and I started learning more and more about cars.
I was in like the 8th grade, and like I was chilling in class one day, and I was like, well, I don't want a lame car when I turn 16, so I might as well get a cool car.
Mostly my older brother, who would always like watch Top Gear back in my youth. And he's really into cars. He's a mechanical engineer, so he really inspired me.
So when I was little, I lived in rural Montana, and so I've been driving cars since I was about 8 on private roads. We raced dirt bikes, Polaris Razors, all of that stuff. So then when I kind of grew up and was finally able to, drive cars legally on public roads, it's super exciting, and it's just been a blast ever since.
I started working on it and fixing it, and then when I got my license, it kind of just went from there.
I think it's like a really fun outlet, and it's something that you can do every day. Like, you can only ski in the winter and you can only do certain things in the summer, but with like a car you can, kind of work on your skills every day. And there's kind of more than one aspect to it. You can focus on the driver's side and focus on, really being good at, driving and using a manual and all that.
For me, it's basically like a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always like doing it for the cloud, I just love it. Opens my mind up. On a real note, I do like it. It does help me calm down. It just gives me something easy to think about.
It's just a fun thing to do. It's a great way to like make friends. Like we have a really good community here at Prep, and it's just I guess like just having fun. You know, appreciating different aspects of cars as a whole.
To me, I think there's kind of two sides of it. There's the ownership side, and then there's the driving side.
But it calms me down. I know it's kind of a cliche kind of answer, but there's only a few times when I can really concentrate, and working on a car is like I can focus on a car for hours and hours at a time without getting frustrated.
This is me for life.
Well, this is definitely for life. It's definitely a hobby. Try and never let it go.
I think it's for life. You know, it really just progresses as you get more money. You know, it's a pretty expensive hobby, so you gotta be able to pay those bills. But it definitely, I think it's only gonna get stronger from here.
This is definitely a life thing.
I wouldn't say I would want it as a career, but I would definitely just want it as a background hobby and something I can always look forward to coming home from whatever job I choose to pursue.
Well, I'm planning on studying mechanical engineering, so there's definitely a possibility, and that there's definitely an interest in me working in the automotive industry. So I think that's going to be it has a lot of potential to be a big part of my life.
So a lot of people say they want to do the driving side of it, which obviously I want to do, but building cars is kind of where my point of view, like it's kind of where my interest is at.
I don't think I'll have to be a part of my future. I gotta drive places.
And now I drive a 240, but it's in the shop, you know what I'm saying?